Hey everybody, how you doing today? Thanks for joining me for the prayerful pause of the pastor today. A few moments for us that we carve out of our lives so that we can think of something greater than ourselves, however it is that we define God or universe or spirit. It's greater than we are, and we're kind of like a grain of sand on the shore, but we are a beloved grain of sand, and we must never forget that, right? I wanted to share today a thought that I had after reading a daily Om from last week. I've forgotten the date. It was on the death and rebirth of self. I'm going to read just a little bit of it. It was a long writing, so I won't read the whole thing. But think about it in terms of your own life. I've been mulling this over in terms of mine because I feel as if right now I'm at a point where, well, things are changing. Launching of children, reconfiguration of the household because of that, welcoming new partner and love relationship in my life, planning a future, thinking about retirement. All those things change me, and so I'm feeling that death and rebirth of self. And it says this: sometimes a part of us must die before another part can come to life. I think of my life kind of like a snake shedding its skin. It's like I've outgrown the old, and so I'm letting go of it, and that part is dying. Sometimes a part of us must die before another part can come to life. Even though this is a natural and necessary part of our growth, it is often painful, or if we don't realize what's happening, it can be confusing and disorienting. In fact, confusion and disorientation are often the messengers that tell us a shift is taking place within us. Let me read that again. It's that confusion and that disorientation that is often a messenger to tell us that, oh, we're going through some sort of shift or change. These shifts happen throughout the lives of all humans as we move from infancy to childhood to adolescence and beyond. With each transition from one phase to another, we find ourselves saying goodbye to an old friend, the identity that we formed in order to move through that particular time. Sometimes we form these identities in relationships or jobs, and when we shift those areas of our life, and when we shift those areas of our life, they become unsettled. Usually, if we take the time to look into the changing surface of things, we will find that a shift is taking place within us. For example, we may go through one whole chapter of our lives creating a protective shell around ourselves because we need it in order to heal from some early trauma. One day, though, we may find ourselves feeling confined and restless, wanting to move outside the shelter we needed for so long, and the new part of ourselves cannot be born within the confines of the shell our old self needed to survive. I'm going to stop there. I think that there's so much for us. It's a very rich reading, isn't it? I wonder if I have created shells around different parts of my life. I wonder if you have. And that we have to break through those in order to move on. I made a trip home to where I was born, Oneonta, New York, with my daughter last week. And it was a rite of passage journey for both of us. I thought it was just for her, but it was for me as well. And moving beyond that, even though I've been gone from there for 30 years. So I just offer this up to you to think about and to wonder, well, where are you on this journey? And how are you proceeding? What's coming next for you? So I think that's it for now. Thanks for joining me for this prayerful pause with the pastor. And I'm Pastor Deb Swift of South Presbyterian Church in Rochester, New York. I look forward to seeing you next time and seeing how you've wrestled with this whole thing about part of you dying and new parts coming alive. Until then, God bless. Take care, and bye for now.